my lime.
Yeah.
Jordan's
and I've got my
Prosecco.
wine. Lime and the wine.
Oh my god, that's so refreshing.
Is it literally just lime water?
Yeah. I wanted to put cucumber in it, but I don't have one.
Oh, I love cucumber
like
water.
that would be
You know what I also love? Obviously, you can't have it right now, but cucumber water and vodka. Because you can't taste... Yeah, you can't taste... Mick got me onto it.
Water mixed with vodka?
Yeah, just normal water. Not sparkling soda. Just normal filtered water with, obviously, with ice and cucumber and vodka. You cannot taste the vodka.
Really?
Like, at all. Like, not... like... And then all of a sudden, you're like, blackout.
Oh my god, and you're like staying hydrated.
Literally just drinking water. Yeah. Never had a hangover from it.
I'll have to try that as soon as baby's out. But first, I definitely want a margarita.
Oh my god.
I want red wine.
We got to go to Light Years again and drink margs.
Yes. I actually went there yesterday.
Oh.
It was so good.
I saw the Bayo buns.
It was so good. It was like a baby shower lunch for my friend.
I love that you just let me say Bayo just...
Even though we know it's Bao. Yeah, no, it was actually really good. We had a good Sunday. We like went to lunch for like a baby shower thing, and then we went to... We kind of like bar hopped all around the coast.
I saw that.
It was so spontaneous. We literally were about to come home, and then my friend Demi was like, oh, why don't we go stop for a drink somewhere? And I'm like, sure, I'll get a non-alcoholic cocktail or something. And then we went to Rosella's, and they had non-alcoholic beer. And I was like, what the hell?
You're with everyone.
Yeah.
I love that. I was at Rosella's on Saturday.
I love it.
I love it there. Love it there.
It's so freaking cute.
We were doing shots with the bar staff.
Really?
Yeah. My friend that I was with was sitting there like having relationship drama, and then the bartender goes, "You right? Do you want some tequila?"
Yes.
And next minute we were doing shots.
Honestly, what else do you do when you have relationship drama?
I know, right?
Tequila is the only fix.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
I love that. I love that you're still out and about.
Honestly, I'm being probably too social because I feel like it's like my way of distracting myself from
inevitable
what's
coming.
I'm not scared of giving birth, but I am feeling like, holy shit, I have to do something so hectic in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like something
that's like you've never done before.
Yeah. So I'm nervous.
You have no idea what kind of labour you're going to have.
No idea.
But you're going to be fine though.
It's going to be amazing.
You have such strong willpower that
I'm going to be like 3 meters from here in a pool just over there.
Yeah, I can see where it's happening.
Same. I've been trying to envision it. I know it's going to be fine. Everything's going to be perfect. But it's still just like that.
It's going to be quick. Your baby's just going to slip out.
Shit. It better.
Just slip on it. Have you been doing those yoni baths?
No, I actually haven't. Apparently you're supposed to do them after to heal.
Oh.
I read that you're not supposed to do them before.
I thought there was something that you could do for the steam to relax your skin or something.
Maybe.
And that might not be the yoni one, but I heard that there's something that you can do to help. Like, I don't know if you want to have long-term stretchy vagina skin.
No, I don't. Apparently massaging it helps. And there's some little like tablets, primrose tablets that you can just like shove up there.
Nice.
Haven't done that yet though. Maybe I should look into it because I am 37 weeks. It's getting close.
You are
about to
dropped. You are here.
Editing the last podcast, I was like, my belly was like out the whole time.
Yeah.
Did you notice it? Yes. I didn't even realise until I was editing. I was like, I'm just sitting there with my gut out in the podcast.
I wonder if it's going to be a boy or a girl.
I don't know. I like feel boy, but I just feel like it's so naive to be like, I know what it is because so many people say that and then they end up being wrong.
I've wanted you to find out this whole time, but now that it's almost here, I'm glad that we don't know.
It's going to be crazy. Like, I just envision it as like, I'm in the pool and Bianca's probably going to pull it out and then be like, and then say the name that we've picked for either gender. Like, that's what I'm envisioning it. It's just,
oh my god. I can
video
see it. No, you need to. Absolutely. Do you have 2 cameras? Can you set it up from 2 different angles?
Yeah.
And then even like once the pushing starts, just like put your phone up or something.
Yeah.
Like get B to just...
TikTok live. Just... One of my friends was like, can you FaceTime me? Like, I'm like, no, I'm not going to be FaceTime. I'm not going to be doing
holding it
anything
like this
with my hands.
No, you're going to be giving birth. But yeah, if you could get B to like put her phone up or something, or your phones, or... Because you want to try and get as many...
I did think about getting a photographer / videographer here, but like I don't want another person here.
No,
I think I'd
that's a
rather
lot of
just
energy.
yeah, it's too much. I don't want somebody else in my grill. I think I'll just set up the cameras and then whatever we capture, It's just for memories and it's just for me to be able to look back on.
Oh my god, TikTok live.
Can you imagine? That would be
oh my
wild.
god. We were
Honestly,
talking about sex on TikTok live and I got banned. I can never go on live ever again on my TikTok. I got completely banned.
I remember.
For when you were in America.
What do you mean completely
Remember
banned?
when
Didn't you get your account back though?
No, so I'm not allowed to go on live though.
Oh, you got banned from live.
Yeah, from when we were doing the episode
What?
for the podcast.
Really?
Because we were talking about sex.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
You should just write to them and be
I
like...
did, and they said, stop.
Sorry,
I
you
don't give
fucked
a
up.
fuck. Yeah.
We know what you like.
They're like, mm-mm.
Oh my god.
So my last TikTok got fully deleted because I accidentally put porn in a fucking collab video.
That,
Yep. And then this time I got deleted for sex. So I'm a
They
whore,
know.
basically.
They see your name pop up and they're like, no. You're
They're
not.
like, slut.
What if you made a separate
TikTok
account
slut shaming me.
just for lives?
Yeah, but then I will have to build my following up again, and that's just so annoying. And not like I did anything to build this following. I didn't really try.
Yeah.
I just had one video that went really well.
You could just make like a separate account that has like not even your name. It's just like a...
Yeah, it's ex-best friends podcast.
Like a funny... Don't get us banned. What is your weekend catch up?
Oh my
What'd you
god! I have some exciting news. I'm in a full relationship.
A full relationship?
Yeah.
Hard launched?
Hard launch, actual relationship.
Hard launch?
They asked me the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you said they wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Was it romantic?
It was... So, basically... we were meant to go out. They were going to take me out for dinner on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah. And then they ended up getting quite sick. And so I was just like, let's not go out. Like, let's just get Asian food, come home, chill. And they're like, oh, no. Like, I really want to take you out for dinner. And I was just like, you're sick. Like, the last thing I'm going to want to do after working all day on a Friday is go out. Like, if I'm not well. Anyway. And they were on, like, a work call, like, wrapping it up when I got there. And the person they were talking to was like, oh, so like, what are you doing tonight? Like, any fun weekend plans? And they turned around and was like staring at me. And they were like, well, I'm meant to be taking my girlfriend out on a date tonight, but I'm not feeling well, so I'm going to have to make up for it. And I was just looking at them like smiling, being like,
Was that the first time they'd referred to you as girlfriend?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, to me.
Yeah.
And then, they like got off the phone and I like looked at them and I was like, what was that? I was like, what was that? And then I was like, they're like, what? Like playing, just pretending. And I was like, you called me your girlfriend? And they were like, well, yeah, like, you want to be my girlfriend? And it was just
Perfect.
It was just like the cutest thing. They were like, I was going to ask you at dinner tonight. Like, I was going to take you out for dinner. They're like, I feel so bad. And I was like, no, this is perfect. Like, this is just the cutest.
And it's a funny story.
Literally the cutest thing. And then they proceeded to tell me that they knew that they were going to ask me on Friday for dinner all week. So they'd just been calling me their girlfriend at work to everyone. They're like, yeah, I've just been calling you my girlfriend.
And you didn't even know?
Yeah.
You're just out living your life wondering like, I wonder what they're going to ask me.
Yeah, I was like, so you're going to have to because, like, we need that. I just made that, like, kind of, like, a thing. Like, I said to them, I was like, we've been seeing each other for a while. Like, I just want you to know that, like, we're obviously already, like, committed to each other. There's no, like, other people involved. But, like, I just want you to ask me.
Yeah.
It has to be a thing. We need to have, like, a date. We need, like, an anniversary.
Which is what? Was Friday?
The 8th. Yeah.
The 8th.
And, you know what's so crazy? I was...
8's a good number.
I googled angel number 8 and it says positive sign for soulmates. If you see this number in a context of love and connection, it can be because your angels want you to know that you're onto a good thing.
And 888 is abundance.
That was my
That's a big weekend.
I know.
Congratulations.
It was so cute. I know. I literally like
Cheers
almost
to that.
Thank you. I almost like I don't know, just it feels like it feels like we've been together before. That's
Really?
the kind of vibe it is. And like we've both been very like honest with each other about that. Like we feel like it's like we were together in a past life. That's what it feels like.
Wow.
Like we like
And you just feel like comfortable and that is literally the best feeling.
I know, and it's just something that I've like, as I said before, I've been like manifesting, but like it almost just feels like, something like I manifested. Effortless? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's like, the best feeling.
Yeah, and it's like so secure, and it's something that I've really... I just noticed how many packets of fucking wipes you've got over there.
Yeah, we have a lot of wipes and a lot of fucking nappies.
You're about to change a lot of nappies.
I know. A lot of shitty nappies.
Yeah, wow. But it just feels like, I don't know, like I really didn't ever feel secure in my marriage, and that was something that like I've spoken to you about, I've spoken to everyone about, like the feeling of being secure was just something I didn't know. Like I constantly had anxiety. I constantly thought I was going to be doing something wrong. Like I was always on thin ice. Like that's how it always felt.
This sounds really dumb, but like when you feel secure in a relationship, you don't know it until you know it.
Yeah.
Like you think when you're in a non-secure relationship, like, oh, this is just it. Like arguing is normal. Not trusting is normal. And then you just become so used to it. And then when you get in a relationship where you feel secure, you're like, holy shit, this is what I've been missing out on.
Yeah, 100%. And like the alleviated anxiety of like the small things that like, say we're having a conversation and something comes up that like in my head I have a memory of a conversation going a certain way. Yeah, like a trauma and that anxiety, but then we speak and it's the same topic, but it's a completely different like conversation, and it's just something that I'm like,
it's healing.
Wow, yeah.
Because your body goes back into that, it's like PTSD, like you go back into that moment of like the fear and the anxiety that you had with the previous partner, but then the conversation pans out a different way, you end up like growing through it, healing through it, and then you like, oh my God, and then you never get that again.
Oh, it's actually insane. Like they've healed me in so many ways, in like just by being themselves and like not even doing anything above and beyond, like just in general conversation, like they're like just the littlest things that I am so used to having such a different reaction from. And like I hate to say like used to, but like I can only relate my past back to my marriage. I was with someone for 7 years. I can't really relate it back to anything else. Like obviously my most recent ex, but that wasn't a long-term relationship. It was,
your marriage was your main experience.
Yeah, so like that's all I can really like relate any sort of like feelings back to. And when I sit here and I'm just like, oh my God, like it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels like something that I've had before, which is crazy because like I've never had this before. But it's hard to explain, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Never really had a secure relationship with someone who just thinks I'm the fucking bee's knees and like treats me so well and is so like kind and like gentle towards me. I never really had that, but it feels like I have with them, which is, it's
the best feeling when you're in a serious relationship and you just feel like content. Like there's no questioning, there's no like, what if this, what if that? It's just like, we are together and I trust you and know you can trust me. It is literally the best feeling. It's just so calming when you finally get that, I feel like. And anyone who's in a relationship where they're like, you know, when you meet, like, you know, someone, like your friend might be in like a really toxic relationship and you just kind of feel like you just wish you could just like shake them and be like, please get out of it because it can be better. Yeah. But they're just stuck in this like dark cloud and you know that it can be better because you've experienced that. It is the best fucking feeling.
Yeah, 100%. And I love it. It's like, finally, that's the kind of feeling I have. I'm just like, I'm like, I sit here and I'm like, I've been doing the work. I've been working on myself. I've been like healing. I've been like on this fucking journey for the last like 2 and a bit years. And I'm just like I feel like I'm like, I deserve this. Like that's kind of how it feels now. Like I'm sitting here being like, wow, like I know the kind of love I give and like how I treat them and like the fact that I'm getting it in return is so like,
you're like, holy shit, this exists?
Yeah, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, you love me? What do you mean? Like, it's just, yeah, it's really nice.
That's fucking amazing.
I
know. What a weekend to catch up.
I know.
I feel like anyone listening as well, like, we've all been waiting for it. Like, we've just been, everyone's finally been waiting because I feel like you have been openly talking about your journey for so long of just like with relationships that it's good.
I know. Speaking of talking about my journey, my fucking sister said to me the other day that she's never watched an episode of our podcast. And I was like,
really?
First of all, you hate me, basically. So you fucking hate me. And she was like, oh, I'll watch your last episode. And I said, no. You have to go back to the beginning.
And watch
you have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then it just made me realize that we're going to have this kind of footage forever. Like, we're going to be able to look back at the beginning of the Ex-Best Friends podcast. Because it was before you were pregnant. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Watching myself back, I want to...
Yeah. I'm like, why'd you say that like that? Why are you sitting there with your gut out? Like, I'm like,
you're sitting with your gut out because you're heavily pregnant.
I know.
At least you're not just fat.
I just feel like in every picture of me or like video of me, I'm just like, that's what I feel like 24/7, but it's whatever.
That's because there's a person in there.
I know, there's a whole ass human growing. Wow. But so did she watch it?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
But she hasn't given me any feedback, so I'm going to say no.
Oh.
I mean, she's busy, full-time worker, mum. She's got the whole thing. I understand.
It is weird in real life when people say to you, oh, I listened to your podcast, or like, I watched your vlog, and I'm just like that's literally why I post it, but I still feel weird. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, I feel so awkward. People at my work used to say to me, like, oh, I listened to your podcast, like, it was funny when you were saying blah, blah. I'm like, don't listen to that. Even though I literally want people to listen to it. Yeah,
please, like, literally tell your friends and your family.
Yeah, tell everyone, but don't listen to it if you know me personally.
I just didn't realise how many people watched or listened to the podcast that I didn't expect to watch or listen to the podcast. Like,
people that you know.
Yeah, people that I know, people that I don't know. Like, name drop. Madison got a message the other day from one of their friends being like, oh, I watched Jordan, like, I just watched the recent episode of Jordan's podcast, and like, they were telling me, and I was like, a friend of yours that doesn't even know me, that they watch, like, they were like, yeah, we've watched all of it, because they're in like they were in a long distance relationship, so I think they knew of you guys, and just crazy shit.
Oh my God, the weirdest experience, which was, it was so cute though. I already told you this. Me and Bianca were at the shop, like just at like the big shopping mall in our area. And someone literally just came up to us and was like, oh my God, Zoe and Bianca. And I'm like, hey, thinking it's like a friend.
Someone you've met.
Someone I literally know. And then I'm just like, hey, like looking at her like, do I know you? And then she's like, oh no, I listened to the podcast and I've been watching your guys' vlogs since like you lived in America. And we were both just like, I just froze. I was like, what the fuck?
How cool!
It was crazy. I was like, okay. Like, it just felt so weird.
No, I love that. I love that though, because like you guys, what you post, like I feel like what we all post is very like organic and just like normal. Like, we're not like full-time vloggers that feel like they need to like vlog to make money. Like obviously we want to make money, but we're doing it, it's just our lives and it's fun and we enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so when you have someone that comes up to you and like obviously enjoys just watching your life and what you post, and like,
I'm like, you're entertained by me?
Me?
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Isn't that so cool?
I know, it is really cool. It's such a weird experience. I do love that I'm able to vlog again too though. Like,
you've been on your
going on maternity leave and actually being able to do something I love doing.
When was the last time you had time off work?
Oh, fucking never.
COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like stuck in quarantine.
Yeah, and that wasn't time off, really.
No, that was, and like back then we were TikToking and vlogging a lot because it was so fun. It was just like a random thing that everyone was doing.
Yeah.
But now when you're like stuck in full-time work, it's definitely hard to focus on the fun, creative things that you want to. But now that I am on leave, it's so fucking good. I can just like actually focus on vlogging, podcasting, making TikToks, editing. So yeah, we've been back. Like,
I know, I love it. I've been watching all of them.
It's so fun.
I love watching your vlogs. I feel like I'm watching celebrities and then I'm like, that's my best friend. I'm like, that's so cool.
Wait, I know that.
I watch them on my TV. I'm like, wow, this is so sick.
I just love, like, podcasting is such an interesting thing. Like, I love how it's become the new
YouTube
big thing. Yeah. I feel like podcasting really is taking over.
I feel like it's a lot more relatable than just vlogging and doing YouTube though, because some people aren't good on camera.
Yeah.
And with this, it's just conversation. Like, it doesn't, like, obviously we film it, but we're just like, it's not, we're not entertaining while we're filming. We're just sitting
We're
there.
really just talking shit.
Yeah. about my weekend plans, what I did on the weekend, something really pissed me off on Saturday. So, we were at the beach, right? Whole fucking empty ass beach because it was windy. So like no one goes to the beach when it's windy.
Yep.
Except
except locals.
Except the locals, and that I have an addiction to tanning, but that's fine. And these fucking people came and sat 3 meters away from us. Older couple, it's fine, whatever, do your thing. But we were the only ones on the beach for like, from where I could see. And they came and sat like 3 meters away
Especially
from us.
old people too, because you're like...
And we were topless tanning because I don't want tan lines.
You're like, we are two...
half-naked women.
Queer women. We're going to be making out.
Yes.
Covered in tattoos. Probably their worst case scenario for them to be next to old people.
Tits out.
Yeah.
Both of our tits out.
Yeah.
So many nipples. And they just came and sat 3 meters away. And they were like walking towards us. Madison was like, they're not. No, they're not. And they just did. And I was like, and I sat up, just like put my hand over my boobs and kind of just like looked at them. And I was like,
do you have to sit there?
Literally, it's like when you're in the cinema and it's like empty. And I love that because I want to put my feet up and I want to like hang out. And then people come and sit like next to you. Or there's no one in the cinema and you're sitting in someone else's seats and then they come up to you and they're like, oh, actually, you're in our seat. And
the best thing cinemas ever did though in Australia was fucking bring in like the booking system of seating.
What do you mean?
When you pay online.
Oh,
like,
and you can see where
you
people
select
are.
your seat and you can see what's full. Like, that is like, I love that.
I would hate, like, I can't even if I'm in like a premiere of a movie, if there's like people behind me and people in front of me, like, like I hate it.
It's pretty annoying when the cinema's full and you don't have a choice. You have to sit somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like it just makes me anxious that someone behind me. I think I've just watched too many movies. So I feel like someone behind me is going to come and just murder me.
I'm like that too. I have a thing where I can't sit like at a dinner table with my back out to the open.
Oh my God, same.
Because I think someone's going to come up and kill me.
Yeah.
Like we live in some kind of medieval time.
Yeah.
Why would that
Or that we
happen?
live in a dangerous place.
And I'm at home with my family. Why would that fucking happen? I have literally had that fear since I was a little kid, thinking, maybe in a past life that's how I died. Someone came up behind me.
True.
And killed me from behind. Because I genuinely have a fear of that.
Wow.
Especially in public. Like if I'm at a restaurant and we're like seated at a table.
I don't like have my back to the door, like the entrance. I hate that.
It has to be to the wall.
Yeah.
I need to know that
do you sleep on your side of the bed? Do you sleep closest to the door or further away?
No, I sleep close to the window.
Yeah, same. I'm furthest away from the door.
Way too scary.
100%. Someone's going to come in.
I need to wake up and know that I'm about to get killed.
So I sleep naked a lot. And I always think about it if someone comes in or like I hear someone breaking into my house. Do I get up and put clothes on and then go and suss the situation? Or do I freak out and run upstairs naked?
I think run towards them naked because they will be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but then what happens if a harmless robbery turns into something else because you're naked? You know what I mean? You got to think about this because realistically it's probably a man that's breaking into your house.
I think about this as well when I'm at home, like if I'm just sitting in this spare room or if I'm sitting on the couch and I have just like no pants on because nothing fucking fits me right now. And then someone's at the door and they're like, delivery. And I'm like, do you need a signature? And they're like, yep. And I'm like, fuck.
I'm giving birth.
I have no pants around me. I'm like, can you just leave it? Like, I can't come to the door right now. I literally think about it every day when I'm at home because I'm like, I can't just be naked because I've been getting a lot of deliveries. It's pretty much the only fun thing I do right now. I just order shit online and it comes. I'm actually waiting for a delivery right now. Could come.
I hope it comes while we're filming.
It could come while we're filming. Yeah. But yeah, I do think about that a lot too. I'm like, do I just go to the door and like cover up and I'm like, sorry, but then I'm like, I don't want the postman to...
Yeah, but if you're pregnant, people will let you get away with a lot more
true,
when you're pregnant. Like, and probably they wouldn't even see that you don't have pants on because your belly's so low now.
True that. Cannot
hanging
see my
over
vagina.
the top.
They would not see it. They would just see a big belly and be like, holy shit.
Are you going to go get waxed?
I thought about that.
Yeah. Because the last thing you're going to want to do is push your baby out and then 2 weeks later, like, want to shave. Like, what if it's sore?
Fuck, I didn't think about
you should
that.
go get waxed.
Just
go the whole thing, butthole and all.
Yeah, I should
straight
actually.
up. Get waxed and then at least it'll last you like a month.
I never thought about that. Oh my God.
Or just get B to wax you. You can get those strips from Coles.
I don't think she's ever done that to somebody before. So
I don't think she should, because I think it would, like, what happens if she, like, rips your skin or something?
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually don't do that. Go get waxed.
Might go to a professional.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a really good idea. I never thought about that. I did think I'm going to have to get, you know, Bianca to probably shave me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if I'm in pain afterwards, I'm not going to want to.
Yeah, you're not
just
going to
thinking
want
about
to. Yeah, giving birth is, like, whenever I think about getting pregnant, I get really excited, and then I think about the birth, and I'm like, actually, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. Like,
there's a lot of fear around it. Like, I feel like when I talk to people about it now, I'm noticing how many people have, like, such fear of birth because of, like, what we've seen in movies or, like, horror stories that we hear. But there is a lot of positive stories as well.
Oh, 100%.
And that's why another reason
and
why I
so
want to
many people do it. Like, almost every other woman has given birth. And, like, we all get through it.
Literally
We're
anytime
made for it.
I get nervous, I just walk across the road and there's, like, a beach park up there. And I just, like, see all these mums with all these toddlers. And I just look at them and I think, you guys all did it. You've all done it. If that bitch over there can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'll be fine.
Oh my God.
That's my way of, like, working
way of getting around it. That is just, oh my God, you're going to have a baby. This time next month, we're going to be sipping on margaritas with your baby, whatever its name is going to be.
I cannot fucking wait for a margarita.
I wish you would tell me what it was going to be. Wish I knew. I can't wait to hard launch the baby on the podcast.
I honestly just can't wait to hard launch the baby out of my vagina. Like, I cannot wait to meet it. I'm, like, so desperate to meet this child.
Oh my God, I wonder what it's going to be like. Like, what their little personality is going to be. And honestly, they don't really get much of a personality until they're a toddler. And I've learned that now since being with my nephew. I thought he was, like, the best thing ever when he was a baby, and I just loved him so much. But now that he has a personality, I'm like, oh, you're way better now. Like, you're so cool. Like, I just love you. And he's so, like, rough and cheeky and
when they
fun.
can, like, react to you and you can teach them things and show them stuff.
My sister was FaceTiming me the other day, and he grabbed her phone and ran away with it and was, like, giggling and, like, on the camera, and I was like, oh, murder.
I can't wait for that.
Oh my God, I absolutely love it.
I was going to say as well, something else I've been doing in my maternity leave / just, like, time at home is because I'm, like, so alone every day now because Bianca's at work and I'm just at home and I don't have the car. I have been getting way too much screen time.
Oh,
like,
really?
I am on TikTok. Like, it's all fun and games being like, yeah, I'm posting TikToks and vlogs again, but I also am a consumer of content and I feel like I'm constantly on my phone. Like,
what's your TikTok screen time at?
I don't even want to know.
Is TikTok your main one that you look at?
Probably.
Funnily enough, Instagram's still my main one that I scroll through. I'm such a fucking millennial.
I do not scroll through Instagram. If I go on Instagram, I watch stories for a bit. I go on the explore page and I click off.
Yeah. See, I go through everyone's stories and, like, I intently watch everyone's stuff. Like, I'm not just clicking through, like, wing, 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 wing. Like, I watch all my friends' stuff.
I'm the worst. Bianca will be like, did you hear that joke? Or did you, like, hear this or whatever? And I'm like, no, the volume is always down. Like, I'm just watching stories, like, click, click, click. Like, I'm just the worst.
No, I watch everyone's intently. PSA. I watch everyone's stories.
So my daily...
like, what's everyone up to?
What's everyone doing? My daily average is 3 hours and 48 minutes. That's actually not that bad. I thought it'd be worse.
Yeah.
But yes, TikTok is my top at 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Okay, on your daily average.
Oh, that's so far today, actually.
3 hours already today. Who am I talking? I'm 2 glasses of wine deep and it's 11 a.m. on a Monday. Screen time, alcoholism.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm getting too much. Like, I feel like when I'm on my phone too much, I'm getting...
Wait, so your daily average is 3 hours what?
3 hours and 48 minutes.
My daily average is 1 hour and 13 minutes.
Okay.
I'm actually really impressed with that.
Well, you're back working now, so you've got less time on your phone.
True that.
We've probably swapped, actually.
How do I see what my... See all activity? Most used, Instagram, messages, notes, combat.
Same. Mine's like that too. TikTok, messages, Instagram, notes.
Wow.
I'm on my notes for 28 minutes. What am I doing on my notes for 28 minutes?
Constantly updating our experimenting with topics.
Why am I in my notes for 28 minutes a day? Like, what am I doing? I do write a lot of notes. I write a lot of
same
ideas for TikToks, but this is why I'm like the worst at social media, because like
you're not the worst at social media.
I will see funny TikToks and be like, oh my god, I just thought of something funny, like something will inspire me. I want to make that TikTok. Oh, but I look really ugly right now. I'm not going to do that. So I write it in my notes, and then I never fucking make that TikTok. Yeah. And then I go back and read it, and I'm like, that's not even funny.
Why did I even fucking do
Why
that?
did I think that would be funny?
Sometimes when I go through, because I always go and archive photos on my feed all the time. And the other day, for the first time in ages, I went and archived videos on my TikTok, like first time in years. And the thing about me is, on my Instagram, I'm going to delete pictures of my exes. Okay. All of that. But on my TikTok, I've just left them there because I feel like my TikTok's like a journey. Yeah. My TikTok starts at like when my ex-wife and I were together in like a really good place. And
really? You have those TikToks on there?
Yep. It goes from like her and I together in a really good place to like us breaking up, me being depressed, then it's like starts the journey, and it's like this whole, and I just think it's so cute. Like I just the other day when I went through it, I was like, wow, like really, like look at me
what
go.
A life
like
I've
I
had.
Can't even believe it, but I also was like giving myself the ick of some of the TikToks that I posted, and at the time I was like slay, but not like that.
That's actually so funny because Instagram really is like your portfolio. Like when someone goes on your Instagram, like, you know, when you go on someone's Instagram and you scroll all the way back, and this gives me the ick about people. You scroll all the way back, like so far, like I'm talking like 2015, and they have like all the really old like Witagram photos with like the
ones that you used to take on the app, and use the fucking
Instagram filters. Or they've got the white bars down the side or whatever because it couldn't fit the whole photo. It's like, delete those. Yes. Or just archive them if you really want to keep them, but get that off your feed. Get it off. Yeah. It is the worst. It's
my God, Vitagram. I used to have to do that all the time. Even now when I go on my old phone, I have all of those kinds of photos because I had that phone for ages. The quality, even when I look at it, it doesn't even open up properly because the quality of it is so bad.
You know what it's giving for our generation? It's giving like when people had like fucking Facebook albums from like 2009.
And they're still on there.
And it's like 09 and it has like 6,000 photos. And it's just every photo they ever took that year.
And we're in like the mirror with the flash going off in the mirror, and we got those sunnies that we put the lens out of, and we're just being like,
enough. Like, please delete it or archive it, because that is...
oh my God. It's weird. Giving millennial. I saw this, have you seen that TikTok of the guy that's like, Friday nights in like 2009, and they're like razor blading his like, layers in their hair? Like same. I used to razor with my leg razor, would razor layers into my fringe, and then fucking, like, I went through a full like scene girl stage because I was like a Tumblr girl. And I used to say, like, when you'd have a big fringe and then you'd have like really long extensions in. Oh,
like girls who grew up with like Kylie and Kendall Jenner, pretty much, have it so much better when they look back at old photos of themselves. You would never understand what it's like to go back and look at a photo of yourself where you were trying to be emo, and you're like, why was I trying to be emo?
I'm not even an emo.
No, I didn't listen to that kind of music.
No, never. Bring Me the Horizon.
Got no idea what that is. No clue.
No.
Heard of it. Was trying to be cool and look like fans of them, but no fucking clue what kind of music
wears a Blink-182 shirt to bed and never listened to one of their songs ever.
I've been seeing a lot of TikToks about like people being mean to millennials, and like one of the main quotes is saying, oh my God, you don't know who Blink-182 is? Like, what? Like millennials apparently say that to Gen Zers. Like, oh, you don't know who Blink-182 is?
Oh, they only know them now because of Travis Scott. I mean, what's his name?
Travis Barker.
Travis Scott, fucking hell. How many Travises are in that family?
Yeah, literally.
Oh, wait, did you see that Kylie and Timothy Chaplin or whatever his name is?
Chalamet
hard launched at Beyonce's.
I did. You know what I realised when I saw the photo of them? I literally thought to myself, I have never once seen a movie that he's in.
He's about to be the Willy Wonka, the new but also, how many Willy Wonkas do we need?
The Johnny Depp one was the best one.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. And what's the guy that plays Charlie? in the one with Johnny Depp. He's the main guy in The Good Doctor.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name is, but he's incredible. And I feel like they hit their peak with making the Willy Wonka movies, and now they're like 15 years later, they're trying to make another one. It's like, they're trying to make it more like it's giving, you know, the Harry Potter movies that came out, and it's like that.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, that's what this one's giving.
Oh, like a prequel.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what this Willy Wonka.
I did hear that. I heard that the new one is apparently Timothy is playing a young.
Beforehand of how it became,
how we got to that,
which is what they did with the Harry Potter movie.
It's like
how Dumbledore became a thing.
Like, come up with a new fucking story. Why do you have to keep rehashing old shit?
It's like Super 8 bringing back Lizzie McGuire clothes. Do you know what I mean? Just stop.
Honestly, though, that'd probably fucking slap if they did that.
Yeah, no, they have.
Lizzie McGuire clothes
like
are back.
Everything that Lizzie McGuire wore, and like the dress with the jeans, the flared jeans with the boob tube dress and the flower thing. That's all the big necklace with the hearts. Like
that's actually
that is
cool.
a trend right now.
Lizzie fucking McGuire.
Yeah, all of her outfits. So it's like the same sort of thing.
True. But Hilary Duff will never go out.
I love her.
She'll never go out of style.
I'm her diehard #1 fan.
I actually want to watch that show. Have you heard of that show she's going to be in? How I Met Your Father?
Yeah, I've already watched season 1.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know it was out. I thought it was coming out.
I think there's 2 seasons
out. Is it good?
Yeah. It's good because of her.
Okay.
I literally love her. But I also think How I Met Your Mother is hilarious.
Yeah, that was a funny show.
I just love the skit version of it. It's kind of like my background show.
Yeah, it is a background show.
It's like Big Bang Theory. I just watch it in the background.
Oh my god, I used to fucking love Big Bang Theory as a background show. Mm-hmm. Then I watched it again as an adult. I was really sick one day and I was like, I just need to put on like a background show. And I rewatched Big Bang Theory and I was like, this is so misogynist.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. Yeah, the jokes that they make about women and the way that they talk about them, I'm like, this isn't funny just because you guys are nerds. This is still gross. And I used to think that was funny.
I haven't even watched it.
You should rewatch it as an adult. Like, Howard, he's a predator. He is the, like,
Wait, Howard's creepy. The one that marries the hot blonde girl?
No, that's, Leonard is the main one who marries Penny.
Yeah.
But Howard is the one with, like, the bob cut who marries the other girl with the high-pitched voice.
With the glasses.
The glasses, yeah. Him and the other guy, not Sheldon, the other one. Oh, fuck, I can't remember his name. But they are creeps.
Oh,
when you rewatch it and you listen to the jokes, you're like, oh, that's actually not appropriate.
And in the background, it's like, ha.
Yeah, and the crowd's laughing, and you're like, why did I laugh at that when I was younger? That's fucking weird.
Wow, I haven't watched that in years. I used to watch The Big Bang Theory when I would go on like long haul flights.
Yeah.
And I would just put it on to sleep.
It's always on flights, I swear to God.
Always. Every single airline, it's on there.
It needs to be taken off.
Weird flex.
Put The Office on or something.
Love The
Office. Put something way better on.
I literally it's almost embarrassing how funny The Office is to me.
I literally just started again. I was like, I have to.
Yeah, I saw your story the other day.
I had to start it again. Actually, speaking of pop culture.
Yeah.
Currently, the funniest fucking thing that I'm living for right now while I'm spending my 3 hours and 48 minutes on TikTok, and this is what I'm looking at for full 3 hours and 48 minutes.
What?
Is Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner.
Oh,
because
my God, yes, I've watched so many things about that.
So the layers to me of comedy on TikTok is so funny. So you've got like people talking about the fact that they're breaking up, and it's like just a hot topic of them getting divorced, and it's like TMZ, the Daily Mail, like the stories about it and the drama. But then you've got like the next tier where it's like people make memes, like they make memes about Joe and stuff like that. But then,
which is so fucked for one, but it's hilarious.
Let's be real. Like, I used to be mature and say, oh, I'm not into celebrity culture. It's fucking funny. Like, the memes are hilarious. But then you've got this other tier of the Game of Thrones fans who literally are commenting, like, thousands and thousands of comments on, like...
Because Game of Thrones fans are diehard. Yeah.
And because she is the Queen of the North in Game of Thrones, there are like literal thousands of comments on, like, I went on E! News and they posted something about it, and it's like, you know, a serious TikTok. It's just like, oh, rumours of them breaking up, blah, blah. There was like 5,000 comments, and I swear every single one was, she's the Queen of the North. The North remembers. Like, people are rallying behind her as if she's actually Sansa Stark. They don't look at her as like, Sophie Turner, woman getting divorced, we're going to rally behind her.
She's a human.
No.
No.
It's because she's Sansa Stark, Queen of the North. And people are commenting the funniest shit. Like, girls are making these TikToks of them saying, like, you know, when I was 13, I had 5 Joe Jonas posters, but she's the Queen of the North.
Yeah.
Or, like, I've been to every Joe Jonas concert, but she's the Queen of the North. Like, people are rallying.
Wow, it's so crazy, though, but I feel like it's the same, like, her playing that role and nobody else playing it. It's not like a spin-off. It's like she created that. I feel like that character would have to be some part of her personality.
Yeah, like
as an actual person.
Sansa Stark.
100%. I feel like it would become a part of you.
It's just wild because remember when there was a time when Game of Thrones was really big and then afterwards everyone was really obsessed with Daenerys Targaryen, the blonde dragon girl.
I'm not going to lie to you, I've never seen Game of Thrones.
Such a good fucking show.
I remember watching the first episode and it was incest and they were fucking and I just got really...
Yeah.
So I stopped, but my parents love it and they were like, you got to push through the incest and kind of just ignore it.
You just got to ignore that part. Yeah. And then you get to the end of the first season and you're like, holy shit, they kill people I love.
Yeah.
And then you end up loving it.
Yeah.
But anyway, she is a part of the Stark family who are from the north. And like,
funny that
people love the Starks. That's like a thing. And I think, her father, spoiler alert, if you haven't already seen it, fucking seriously, Ned Stark is her dad, and he's like the first character that gets killed that you're like, holy shit, they just killed someone we love. Like, because that never happens.
Normally
in
you
the
don't
show.
kill main characters.
Yeah. But because her dad is killed, and then it's like this whole thing of like how their family goes on from there. And Sansa Stark, like, I feel like we haven't spoken about Game of Thrones in fucking years, and then all of a sudden one of the Jonas brothers is divorcing their actress wife.
And everyone's
and all of a sudden everyone's like, Queen of the North.
But like, how good for Game of Thrones? Do you know how many people are going to go back and rewatch it now?
Probably me. I'm probably going to watch it again.
I thought, because I saw a meme the other day, I thought Taylor Swift dated Nick Jonas. Because I saw a meme saying that, what's her name? Sophia Turner.
Yeah.
Is going to be able to listen to Taylor Swift songs that are actually written about her ex, and I just think that that's magical.
Oh, you mean Joe? Did Joe and her date?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I saw a meme about that the other day, and I was like, iconic. Taylor Swift going through all of the Jonas Brothers, because people used to slut shame Taylor Swift because she would constantly have boyfriends and write all these bangers about them, and I'm like, pop off, queen.
Yeah.
You can have a relationship for a year, they break your heart, and you move on, you make a
Boy,
song
I
out of
do it all the time.
Yeah. But I didn't know that Taylor Swift and Joe Jonas dated. I thought she was a Nick Jonas fan, but...
Nick's the one that's dating Priyanka Chopra?
Yeah, they just had a baby.
Right.
Yeah. I think Nick and Miley should have stayed together, but that's just my personal opinion.
Either way, I just love seeing the internet, like, rally when something like this happens. Like, it is just the funniest shit to me that we have no idea.
Oh, no.
Imagine you work in PR, right? And you work for either team. You work for Sophie, you work for Joe, as an example. And you try to like, okay, how do we come back from this? How do we like make sure that your image stays well? How do we make sure you don't get cancelled? Mm-hmm. They could have had no idea that the Game of Thrones fans were going to come out and go, no, we do not give a fuck about anything Joe says because she's the Queen of the North. Mm-hmm. So no matter what he says she's done, it's irrelevant. Isn't it
so crazy how the internet just rallies together? Like,
I love it. It's
people
so
that
funny.
we just have no idea. There's just, the internet just gives a platform for everyone to just have a say, and it's like, just
and when everyone has the same say, like when all the community comes together and does something like that, it's so funny to me.
Same.
Like hundreds of thousands of TikTok comments of just people saying the same thing. It's like Taylor Swift fans. They're like
that. I feel like
cult.
You know how, I don't know if you're a Simpsons fan, but I was always growing up. There was an episode of The Simpsons where there was something about a song and it said "Join the Navy" in the background of the song.
Minaj.
That's okay.
Of course, I've seen it. Yeah.
When I feel like Taylor Swift songs have that in the background of her music, because there's no way that the cult of Taylor Swifties is the way that it is without that being a thing. Like, she must drug them with her music.
There's something.
And Taylor Swift has some bangers. I'm going to admit, Love Story, slay. Absolute slay of a song. Mm-hmm. August is also a really good song. I don't really like the new Taylor Swift, but that's a good song. But
I can't say I know any songs, but when Bianca puts them on, I'm like, oh, I know the song. I like it.
Yeah. But, like, she has that cult vibe in her.
It's massive.
It's like Harry Styles as well, cult vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I've just never been a part. I've never been, besides Hilary Duff, I'm not even joking you, besides Hilary Duff, I haven't ever been a diehard fan of anyone.
Neither have I.
I was a believer for sure. I used to make out with my Jesse McCartney poster that I had in my room. Like, make out with that thing. But I was never a hardcore fan. Only Hilary Duff.
I don't think I've ever been a hardcore fan of anything. Like, I've been a fan. I'm still a fan of, like, certain artists. But I've never been a part of, like, a cult following. Like, where I used to work, we sold records and record players as well. And when Taylor Swift brought out the Midnights records, she brought out, like, 4 different colour records. So it's like a thing for people who collect records to collect, like, different colour ones.
So like 4 colours, but all the same songs.
The same record. The exact same record, but a different colour vinyl. And a different colour album cover. And then when you put them all together, it made a clock on the back. And this shit costs like $79 per record. And I'm not even kidding you. Like 13-year-old girls were coming in and buying all 4. And I'm like, it's the same record. And I said that to a girl one time because her mum was like, oh, how come Taylor Swift... She said something like, how did she release like 4 albums at the same time? Like, that's insane. And then the daughter goes, oh, Mum, it's not different albums. They're all the same. And I was like, they're the same album.
Literally having her back. Oh.
You're spending like, I'm so bad at math.
79 times 4, so we're giving like $380-ish.
Yeah, sounds
right.
Wait,
let me see how close I was.
$79 times 4. Yeah, you worked in finance.
$316.
Pretty close. On 4 of the exact same vinyl. Like, that was wild to me. And then she's like to her mum, yeah, but it makes a clock on the back when you put them all together. And I was like, worth it.
Yeah, I feel like, and the Taylor Swift would have been sitting around the table with her team being like, this is going to be incredible. Massive. This is going to be huge. And it is. How do they do that? Like, I can't.
It's like when they would have been sitting around the table and someone would have said, how can we quadruple record sales?
Yeah.
How do we get one person
to buy 4
to buy 4 instead of 1? And then they did that.
But it's midnight. Like, oh, does the clock hit midnight? Is that the thing?
Probably.
Surely.
It'd be so
They're not going to have it if it's a different time.
Actually, do you know what I fucking learned the other day as well about Taylor Swift, which also blew my mind? Is, so you know how all of her music got bought by Scooter Braun, and it was like a big thing, and like people were like hating on him for that years ago. And she just got all the
rights back, yeah.
Yeah, and then she went and made Taylor's version of everything because that was the only way she could re-record her songs and get the money from those re-recorded versions instead of like the originals. Do you know who fucking gave her that idea?
Oh my God, who?
Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson, Queen.
Period.
I mean, I'm not surprised. She tweeted as a joke, Taylor, why don't you re-record all of your things so that, like, she literally gave her a step-by-step instruction on Twitter. She just tweeted it one day. And then Taylor did it.
Wait, doesn't that come into like a copyright thing of like...
No, well, that's the point, because Scooter owned the original mastered versions. So the Taylor's version albums of everything are re-recorded. So she started from scratch.
Yeah, but what about the lyrics? Like the lyrics and the tune of the song are the same.
Maybe she owns that. He must just own the rights.
Well, I think she writes all her own music, so surely she owns at least the rights to the lyrics.
It would have to be something like that because she found that loophole. Well, Kelly Clarkson found that loophole.
Kelly Clarkson is a fucking queen.
I could not believe it.
I actually saw a video of Kelly Clarkson coming. It was 21 years ago or something that she won the first ever American Idol.
Really?
I remember I was in New York with my family the year that Kelly Clarkson won. Oh, it was like maybe the year of or the year after that Kelly Clarkson won American Idol. And we were in New York and we were in like a CD store. And it was huge. There was this Kelly Clarkson everywhere. And Francesca, the one that came as the runner-up. And they were like singles of CDs. And I remember so specifically, I bought Kelly Clarkson's Breakaway because that's what she sung and won American Idol. And this Francesca who came runner-up, she also had a single that got really, really big. And I remember being in this thing in New York being like, wow, who's Kelly Clarkson? And then Australian Idol started and it was just this whole thing.
Kelly Clarkson
core memory.
Everything about Kelly Clarkson is a core memory. I feel like every time a song came out, I have a core memory of that
And
time.
Princess Diaries, they literally couldn't have ate harder than putting Breakaway in there.
I actually watched that movie recently.
Yeah, me too.
So
it came up as a suggestion on Netflix.
And I was like, of course.
I did hear rumours that there's going to be a Princess Diaries 3.
I did hear that too.
It is just Facebook news, though, so you never know. And I feel like they need to step on it because Julie Andrews is pushing on the older side of life.
Yeah.
And not that
the Queen
she's
will
ever going to die.
With the Queen soon.
Oh my God. And it was only a year. Queen Elizabeth died a year ago the other day.
Really?
A year.
What? So it feels like it was like only a few months ago.
I know, and we all got that day off for mourning. That was a year ago. All of the Commonwealth had a public day. Yeah, had a public holiday. Mm-hmm. You didn't get the day off?
Probably not. I was probably paid extra to be at work.
Yeah, they're
Thanks,
like,
Queen.
oh, unfortunately.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Yeah. I never really understood the royals because I feel like it's more of an English thing. But I do respect them, obviously.
I don't.
I just think it's I don't respect all of them, not the weird pedophiles of them all, but I understand the royal part, but they're all not that great.
Respectfully, I don't respect them. You know?
I feel like that fell out of my mouth and I don't really mean it.
Like I'm trying to be respectful and saying I don't respect you.
Yeah.
You haven't earned my respect.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah.
Speaking of core memories, did you have another story to tell me?
Oh my God. I was thinking about it the other day and I realised that I hadn't talked about it on the podcast about how I got arrested last year.
I don't think you told me this even. Unless I just forgot.
So I'm not I get so much anxiety when I see like a cop on the road. Like I constantly feel like I'm doing something wrong, or like I'm going through airport security and I'm like, fuck, I have a gun in my bag randomly, like accidentally. Like I get so much anxiety.
She doesn't, for the record.
I don't ever have that on me. The first time I ever held a gun for the first time was like 2 months ago, ever in my life, and it was horrible. I was so bad at it.
It was not at an airport.
No, it was not. It was not at an airport. But yeah, it came up as like a 1 year ago memory because I went down to Newcastle for my friend's wedding. And I ended up getting arrested. And it was the craziest fucking thing. So I went down to this wedding. I was meant to go with my ex, and then I ended up just going by myself. And so my whole plan changed like last minute. I didn't know where I was going to stay. I didn't know what I was doing. I only knew the bride. I didn't know anybody else at this wedding. And so went down to Newcastle, was meant to be coming back at like a 24-hour trip, like there and back. And went down, ended up, the bride had organised me to stay with this couple of hers that were like, yep, we'll host your friend, it's fine. Went to their house, they were lovely, it was fine. We all went to the wedding together and the boyfriend was meant to be our DD. And so I just obviously got fucked up. Like I was at a wedding, Newcastle, don't have anywhere to be, like I'm going to send it. Sent it. And, throughout the night, I got asked by that couple for a threesome. Turned it down, laughed it off, was like, nah, like, no. Turn it down. Not only was I not attracted to them, but I also just didn't really want to. Like, I was like, no.
Not a vibe, yeah.
And anyway, I was sitting with some of my friends and we were all having a laugh, and one of them comes up to me and goes, are you meant to be staying with those people? And I was like, yeah, and he goes, no, you're fucking not. And he goes, you're not going to go stay with them. And like, there's a little bit of a sad and a happy to this story. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? And he goes, he just came, we were all in the bathroom and the boyfriend was like, oh, is that your missus? And like talking about me to my gay as fuck friend at a lesbian wedding. And he goes, no, babes, like she's not really my type, like laughed it off. And he was like, oh, why? And he was like, oh, she's staying with us. I just wanted to like double check that she's like not dating anyone. And my friend not thinking, being like, he was like, oh yeah, she's like going through a divorce. Like she's very much not with anyone at the moment. And he was like, oh, cool. And then apparently they kept talking about me for some weird reason. And they kept talking about me, and he said that he like offered us a threesome and I turned it down, and then basically said nothing that a few more vodkas can't change into a yes. And my friend came up to me and was like, you're not fucking staying with them. Like,
absolutely not.
That's literally like rapey vibes. Like, we're not going to go there. And so his missus was sober.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, I'm going to drive you back to their house and I had a hire car that I'd driven from the airport to their house. I got a hire car, all my stuff was at their house. So like, I'm going to take you back to their house now to pick up the hire car, pick up your stuff and come back. And I was like, fuck, I'm already like kind of drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just eat some food and sober up and then we'll go. It was fine. Went back to the place. It was only 10 minutes away. Came back. It was fine. And then I just started to send it because I was like, awesome. I'm going to stay with these friends of mine now. We're going to stay on the venue. Like where they were at the venue, they had a lot of people staying in like camper vans and like just sleeping in their cars and shit. And I was like, sick. I'm just going to get fucked up because I don't have anywhere else to be. And so I sent it. And later in the night, we were all like, the wedding had finished. We were all sitting. There was like 6 cars and we're all just like sitting out. People were like smoking bongs in their back. Like it was fucked.
End of the night vibes.
Yeah, end of the night vibes. And the venue people came out and they were like, you guys just have to move your cars to like the other side of the venue. Like you can't camp here. You can go around the other side there. And all of us were like, oh fuck. And all we had to do was drive around the venue itself. And so I was like, okay. I got my friend in the car and I was like, let's go. And I led the pack out because everyone had like camper vans and stuff. I just drove out my little high car Swift. I was like, woohoo. And as I literally drove out onto the road, blue and red lights, immediately. It's like they were waiting for people to leave the wedding drunk and like drive. And not that I was driving anywhere. I was literally just going around, but I shouldn't have been driving a fucking car.
Yeah.
Like I'll take accountability. I shouldn't have been doing it, but I was just moving my car. Blue and red lights come on. I literally was just like, fuck.
The worst.
And so they pulled over. I saw nobody else leave the car park. I looked in my rear vision mirror and I was like...
They've just left you.
Everyone just was like, because they were all way more fucked up than I was. Like, I still was, like, reasonably okay. Cop comes to the window, gives me the spiel, breathe in. And I literally just said, he goes, have you had anything to drink tonight? I said, yep. I was like, yep. I've been at a wedding. To be honest, I'm absolutely over the limit and I shouldn't be driving this car. And I was like, I was just moving it. I wasn't. And he gave me the spiel, made me blow into the thing. And he goes, you're under arrest, blah, blah, blah. Puts me in the back of the car. And my drunk ass is so stupid. He goes to put me in the back of the car and I turn around and go, no handcuffs, officer?
You did not say that. You're like, can I have some, please, actually?
I hate that I've been arrested but didn't get handcuffed.
Yeah.
And then I had to give as I was getting in the back of the car, I realized that I had stuff in my handbag. And so I threw my handbag to my friend and I was like, not knowing this person, first time I'd ever met them, basically being like, wow, I'm getting arrested in the middle of the night in Newcastle in a place where I don't know. My hire car's sitting on the side of the road. Like, what the fuck am I going to do? I have a flight at 7 a.m. It's 11:30 at night now. Like, what am I going to do? And so I got taken back to the cop station, was like sitting in there just like on my shit, being super honest. I was like, this is the situation, like blah, 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 blah. And after about an hour being there, they gave me a court date and they suspended my license in New South Wales for 3 months. And I live in Queensland. I just got a slap on the wrist, luckily. And I had a court date. And then, I had no idea at this point what I was going to do. I didn't have my phone. I didn't have anything. And they were like, oh, your friend's waiting at the front. I was like, oh, thank God. And I walked out to her and she goes, I've got a plan. And I was like, what? She goes, I just walked here from the venue because I was like, I wasn't going to risk it and drive the car. And so she walked in and she goes, I have a plan. I've made friends with the people across the road. And I was like, what? And she had just gone over to this house across the road from the police station with these girls sitting on the balcony in the middle of the night. She walked up to them and goes, "This is my situation. Can we crash with you guys and like hang out for a couple hours?" And they were like, "Yeah, like whatever, like that's fine." And so she was like, "I'm gonna go get my friend." And so she came back, got me from the cop station, walked me over to this random ass girl's house who were all just sitting on their balcony, wasted, like drinking, having fun, smoking bongs, like just being so exactly the vibe that we would want. And we stayed with them for like 5 hours and just like chilled and didn't go to sleep. I had a shower and then we just left and we all added each other on Facebook and we realized we had all like mutual friends. And then we walked back to my car at like 4:35 in the morning and then drove to the airport and then I left.
And still caught your flight?
Yep.
What the fuck?
I know.
What the fuck?
And I didn't have to go to my court case because I was in America. And so I just had to write them a letter. And I had to get my boss to write a letter basically as like a character reference saying that I'm not a bad person and that I just made a mistake and that like I only did this because of, and I had to write the whole reason why I wasn't going. Yeah. And got a slap on the wrist.
Shit.
Yeah, but I was so scared because I was meant to be going to America that 2 months later.
Yeah, and don't they...
And when you have a criminal record...
Or a DUI especially.
Yeah, I was terrified. I was like, fuck, like I'm going to get there and the customs is going to be like, no.
Because that's the thing, isn't it? If you get a driving under the influence charge, yeah, as an Australian, you can't enter the US.
Yeah, ever. Like it's
crazy.
Yeah, but because it didn't end up being a criminal record, it was more so just like a don't fucking do it again. That's the kind of like slap on the wrist I got, and I never have.
That's so lucky.
Never drink drive.
That is
it's terrible.
So
I know.
Lucky.
And I wonder like sometimes I'm like I'm a really lucky person. Like I'm super lucky. 777 is my shit.
I see them angel numbers everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. And yeah, that's
fucking hectic.
I know.
I didn't even know that story. My favourite part was when you asked for handcuffs.
I know.
You're like, can't you just put some on so I can take a photo and upload it?
I was like, can't you just, like, I don't know if it was my dirty mind or just me being immature. Like, I can't really remember where my head was at that point, but I shouldn't have said that. Calling him officer, like doing a little shoulder, like, shut up, cunt. Like, are you for real?
And then it's also like, is it so that you could just like get more attention from it? Because then if you have handcuffs and you take a picture, it's like, oh, I'm super arrested right now. I'm fully arrested. It's like when people go to hospital and they upload a photo of like their little hospital thing on their arm and they don't upload anything else. Just to be like, I'm in hospital.
Oh,
like, is there anything more cringe than that?
That's so funny you say that. I actually follow this girl that, she's my friend, but I think she's cringe. We're surface level friends, and she posted like 12 stories the other day. She ended up being in hospital. She had appendicitis. I'm really sorry. That's horrible. I'm so sorry for you. She posted like 12 stories across her normal and her close friends of her hospital bed. She posted one, zoomed in the mirror, doing this, like showing off her hospital bed, and I was like, babes, we get it. And then when they leave
you're not well,
you're in hospital.
When they leave, they always post like, thanks everyone for the support and messages.
That's exactly what she did.
Like, you asked for that. You literally begged. You basically went on Instagram and said, send me messages about me being in hospital. Because people are just like, what happened? Why are you in hospital?
Yeah.
Because you posted it. It's very, very cringe.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, like I love you, but why are you doing that? Like, stop, whatever you're doing. I remember last time I posted that I was in the hospital was when I was constipated and I wore a nappy for 2 days. And when everyone asked me, they were like, why are you in hospital? I was like, well, this is why.
Just constipated.
I'm constipated and I've had 3 enemas and I'm shitting myself.
Why is it so embarrassing when people do that? Like, I don't understand why you're in like your most vulnerable state ever. Like, you're literally gone to hospital. Like, you go to hospital for like mainly severe things, and then you post it on social media and be like, oh, just like in here for a few hours. Like,
you're just here for a checkup.
It's fucking weird.
Wait, so speaking of hospitals, obviously you're having a home birth. Does that mean no painkillers?
No painkillers.
None.
No, so in Australia, midwives are they can't bring the epidural because an epidural has to be administered by a anesthesiologist. And obviously that's not who's coming to the house. But they can bring the gas, you know, I don't know if it's a green whistle or like the gas mask they bring you, which just like helps relieve pain. They're allowed to bring that. And you can ask for that and request it. And I think obviously like general painkillers, like, you know, anything that you can just get over the counter that you're allowed to have during labour. But yeah, I don't want any. Like I'm going to try to like breathe through it.
Wow. And you will. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine. Like I feel like it just sounds so naive and stupid to say because I've never done it before, so I actually have no fucking idea. But I feel like I can do it. Like I just feel like, no, I'm going to be able to breathe through it. It'll be fine.
Absolutely.
But then there's so many people who say that and then like in the moment they're like, give me the fucking drugs.
Yeah. And one of my friends, I think I told you about them, they went to have a home birth and I think it was like 5 hours of pushing that she was like, the midwife that was there was like, we have to like emergency C-section, so they had to go to the hospital.
Shit.
But that's the only home birth story that I've heard. Everything else is like smooth sailing. Like Lily, her and her 5 siblings all were home births. Like just her parents, her dad pulled them all out. Like happy families, all good. And I'm like, 5 home births. 5. And our friend Jess, she had 3. Like one was breech. Like it's so doable and it's so. You're gonna be fine. You're making me want to have a home birth. And I'm like, I never even thought about that as ever being a thing. But like, you're making me want that.
I think
you're gonna be fine.
I don't know. I just have a feeling that it's just gonna
slip on out. It's
gonna happen,
and it's gonna be a boy. Surely. I feel like I can feel some balls and dick when I move around in there.
I just feel
press on it. There's an extra little thing.
Willy.
Willy.
I know, it's fucking crazy.
Oh my god.
Every time I think about it.
There's going to be like a couple week period where we don't film and then all of a sudden you're just going to have a baby.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have like I think I don't want to see people for a while. Like, at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, get in your bubble.
Like, I think...
Is B taking paternity leave?
Yeah, she gets 4 weeks off. Well, she actually gets 6 weeks. So the company's pretty good. She gets 6 weeks off. I mean, that's the bare minimum, really. That's what it should be. But she gets 6 weeks off and she can choose when it is. So she's having 4 weeks when the baby's born and then doing 2 weeks over Christmas because it's obviously the baby's first Christmas. So those 4 weeks when, like, her mum's here and she's here and it's just me and the baby... I'm not trying to make plans. Like, even, like, my family and, like, friends who have said to me, like, oh, like, when do you want us to come over? Like, what's, like, an appropriate time?
Oh,
I'm like,
for sure.
I actually don't know until it happens.
100%.
I just don't know how I'm going to feel. So
I don't think you should because then you're not going to want to have that guilt of being like, oh, I told people that they could. Like, no way. Like, I
just want to
be in your bubble.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Like, that first few weeks especially is so... detrimental to both of you, and like you and B are about to become parents for the first time. It's not like this is your second kid.
Yeah, like
both of you have no idea what's about to come, what kind of personality your baby's gonna have. Like you have no idea what kind of labor you're gonna have. Like it could be the most calm thing ever.
Like
you're gonna be yoni bathing in the fucking toilet every day.
I'm gonna yoni steam.
Wow.
I mean, unless people want to bring me food.
Yeah,
I'll allow that.
GYGs and margaritas.
Yeah.
I can't wait
I should just like post my address in like a family friend group chat and be like, just in case you want to Uber Eats me something, this is where I live.
Love that. Do you eat more now that you're pregnant?
Yeah, I eat a lot. I have to eat like every 2 hours otherwise. Like even right now I've had breakfast and I'm getting to the point where I'm like feeling delusional.
Oh my god, really?
Need food, yeah. Like I start to feel like... You know that feeling when you've had, like, too much caffeine and you haven't eaten and then you feel like, oh, shit, I'm really, like, shaky.
Yeah.
I feel
literally
that...
every day. Every single day. Because I have a triple shot coffee at, like, 6:30 in the morning and then I don't eat food until, like, 10. Yeah.
And sometimes you have wine.
Yeah. Yeah, Madison brings me a coffee every morning when I stay at their house. They go to the gym at, like, fucking 4:45.
You go to the gym?
No, bitch.
Oh.
No.
I was like, what?
Madison goes to the gym at like 4:45 in
Yeah.
the morning, and then when they're done at the gym, they bring me home a coffee, and I wake up and they get ready for work, and it's just the cutest thing.
That is
But
cute.
I have a triple shot coffee at like 6:30 in the morning, and I'm like,
God.
woo!
I used to be that person who could go to the gym at 4:45 in the morning, but I just cannot pretend that I'll ever be that person again.
Yeah, you're
'Cause
a
I just
morning person
won't.
though.
I am a morning person, but I definitely don't want to go to the gym at 4:45.
You could go for a walk, I guess. Summer's coming, 4:45, the sun's going to be up.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. I could just lay in bed on TikTok.
Yeah. Get that daily average up.
Yeah. That's what I do. I sometimes wake up at like 4 a.m. because the baby's just like kicking, and then I'm like, I used to be like, no, I'm not going to look at my screen. I'm just going to like try to go back to sleep. It's not good for my circadian rhythm. But now I'm just like, fuck it, give me the TikTok. And I just lay there with it on like one volume, like hiding so that Bianca doesn't wake up.
Oh my god, cute.
And I'm just like sending her heaps, and then she wakes up at like 6 and she'll check her phone and be like,
45
"You sent me so many TikToks."
notifications.
And I'm like, yeah, I've been awake since 4.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I've been watching The Queen of the North. Like, what do you expect?
I've been studying pop culture.
Literally, for the podcast.